So, Selah, you were saying that we're the artist is not revered as the titans that they really are.
That we really are, yeah. Back in earlier days, we had
Which
the.
earlier days, 60s, 50s?
I'm talking like William Shakespeare. What time was he in? Like William Shakespeare's. I mean, even up to.
Oh yeah, no. Wherever you want to go, Galileo. I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Those were people who, even now in this day, we know who they are.
Yes.
And the only artists right now who are even remotely close to having their names still remembered for years and years and years to come are the Maya Angelou's and the Amiri Barakas, And I hate that it's like that because there's so many different artists and we're no longer in the mainstream of things. And I just feel like art in itself, poetry, music, not necessarily music, but like painting.
I think music.
Eventually it will fade into shadow if we don't do anything about it. And I hate that idea. I really do hate that thought.
I like to say, I think the reason why we fade into shadow and we're not relevant as artists is because we're not rebels. Our art.
That is a good point.
That's the problem. I mean, we go to an event to hear poetry or spoken word, and everything is safe. I mean, not your stuff. I mean, you go different places, and I want to make it clear, I'm not shooting anybody down.
Exactly, right.
But when you talk about Maya Angelou, when you talk about Amiri, they were
also
rebels.
Activists, right.
They were social rebels.
Right.
I have some poems that I work on, and they like right now, and they're just like totally outside the box. But
right.
And I like this discussion because now, for instance, in Newark here, we have a mayor that we can't get any better. He's an artist himself.
He's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, but now, how does the poet go after the establishment? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now we have to deal with the federal level. Because I thought about this and I said, okay, so now what is the poet supposed to complain about? You're in Newark, you got a black mayor, you got a black president. What's your problem? But it's fantasy. We can't. The true artists can't be fooled by that.
I agree. I think that we need to step out more into the spotlight of these social issues that we're having.
Yes, you're right. Exactly. That's right on the post.
And use our gift.
Yes.
As as leverage, as to say, okay, because we have a platform, we have words to say, we have something to say.
And we got issues.
And our points are very, very valid and are very relevant. And I think we need to step out of the shadows that we're in and step into the light.
Did she say she was a prophetess? That was one of those hats.
You are crazy.
Selah.
I think it's true.
It is true. I'm making fun of it because whenever we go into a deep subject like this, I have to loosen it up because this joint is tight.
It's true, yeah.
This joint is tight. We still have to do some things.
Yeah.
In terms of our money, look how much food is.
Yeah.
Look how much gas is. People can hardly make it.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that because we're not respected as professional artists, if you will. A lot of promoters and people who require our services feel like they don't have to really pay for our services, and I'm just like, no, this is a job for us, sweetheart. This is we practice, we write, this is our blood, sweat, and tears, and we're spilling our hearts and our souls out in front of complete strangers. And
you want it for free.
And you telling me that you want it for free, I can't do that.
Or you got excuses. I got people come to me and I got all this.
Yeah.
No, everybody got to be paid, y'all. Y'all got to change you got to change the mindset up. Yeah. We don't respect ourselves. We don't honor our gift. And as a result, that energy is still emitted.
It's just like you said, we don't respect ourselves as artists. A lot of independent artists don't look at this as a job. And, you got
to get bigger there. They can't see your puffs.
They can't see my puff. Can you see my
Yes,
puff now?
Yeah.
A lot of us don't respect ourselves as professional artists, so we don't look at what we do as a job. And therefore, we short ourselves on the opportunities to receive increase in our pockets.
Receive increase, yo.
Oh,
glory!
Yeah, it's the truth, because when you go into a job or when you go into an interview for a job, what's the first thing that you should have with you?
Your resume.
Exactly. Now, for example, when I did the festival, one of the requirements was you had to have an artist resume, you had to have an EPK and whatnot. I want to know.
Hold on. What's the EPK?
Electronic press kit.
Okay.
That has your bio, your headshots, all of that good stuff. And when
Assad talked about that the other day, yes.
Yeah, like when I set that as a standard, I got a lot of kickback from artists like, what do you mean? You can't expect me to respect you as an artist when you don't respect yourself as an artist.
Let me just say one thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the place where we need our writers.
Yeah.
And I say we need our writers not only to prepare and help people with these kids, but also to write up and start writing articles about how the artists should be prepared.
Exactly.
We need to have bloggers that bring everybody up to speed. Workshops.
Yes.
You see how it works? And all these artists are now being paid.
Mm-hmm.
You can create a job if you realize, if you look out, again, here we go to scripture. The scripture that talks about the harvest is plentiful.
Yes.
But the labors are few.
But the labors are few.
Oh, glory!
Yes. And it's so true. You have to be willing to invest in yourself in order for that benefit to come in. And you have to know your worth. And it's okay to because I have friends in the poetry circuit in the community who will say, hey, can you do a show for me? XYZ, I can pay XYZ. And I'm just like, cool. Because
what's your budget? Because they understand.
Yeah, they understand what it's like. But those promoters who are like, hey.
Oh, can I finish here? They don't even want to. They almost they talk about all the details of bringing you in. No discussion about money. Yeah. No discussion about budget. Yeah. And they're just waiting for the yes or the okay.
Or their pitch is, I can't pay you, but you'll get a lot of exposure. And I'm sorry, but T-Mobile doesn't take exposure as a payment.
And the new ShopRite doesn't give you tomatoes.
Exactly. And that's my thing.
Or potatoes.
Exactly. I don't go into your job.
Or vegan hamburgers if you're vegan.
Exactly. I don't go to your job asking for things for free. So don't come to my job.
It needs to be said.
It needs, and this is what I'm trying to get artists to see. This is what I'm trying to get independent artists. I want to shift their way of thinking. Instead of thinking,
that's a good word.
Of this as a hobby, think of this as your career.
It's a good word.
Yeah,
so, I'm thinking about scripture. I must have slept too much there. I'm thinking about the scripture again.
No, it's definitely
the scripture that's coming to mind is, be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't go to church yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I didn't go to church yesterday.
See, that's where all this is coming
That's
up.
where it all is coming
this
from.
This is a teaching session, y'all.
Yes.
Be transformed by the renewing your mind. Your mind has to be renewed.
Yeah.
And what we want to renew is from this, I don't want to slave mentality, but it's a mentality that we think lesser of ourselves than we ought to.
And for me,
there's a lot of talented people out there.
It's a lot of talented people who are not getting their just due because, number one, they don't view themselves as a talented artist. They view themselves as, I'm just a poet. I'm just the... No, I know my worth as an artist, and I know what I bring to the artist community. Therefore, give me my just due.
What you just said, there's an editorial for the illustrators. Because I see a lot about illustrators. We only in one place. What about the editorial illustration?
Right.
We don't see it. We don't speak it.
All. Nope.
And coupled with the writer. You see what I'm saying? There's so many elements that we can pound people with our art.
Exactly.
And we're just like in this little cubicle.
And we keep to our own circle.
And we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And so we come together and everybody's, it's just like, should we leave him alone now? Is that enough?
I don't know. I don't know if we should leave him alone because we need to.
We need to talk about it.
We need to talk about it. This is something that we need to talk about.
The bar is really high now.
Listen, I'm trying to set the bar high. I'm trying to get us into that mainstream way of thinking, and I'm trying to get us into that spotlight. And I think the only way that we can do, well, not the only way, but one of the ways we can do that is by coming together
it's part of it.
as as a whole entire community, and then speaking out about it.
Yes.
Speaking out about what our issues are. Looking at ourselves as artists and not, somebody that's just writing for a hobby. So, yeah.
That's the discussion. Quite a few artists have talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Having something with a different selves. Well, I say selves. We have the visual artists, the poets.
Right.
However, let them have their discussion separately. But we have to have connectors.
Mm-hmm.
In order for us to be to get what we need to get out in this country, in this government, we got to be organized.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Our government is organized. Everything is organized. The lawyers, everything is organized. The money, everything is organized. So we can't come like gunslingers with no. You can't come with.
You're right.
Just brute strength and expect you're gonna get it in.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that. We definitely have to be organized. We definitely have to be community oriented, and it's a tough task, but it's doable. It's doable.
You can say
It's definitely doable.
It is a tough task. We do agree that it's not easy, but we also agree it is doable.
It definitely is.
It's just a matter of taking this mind, realizing your goal, setting a goal out there.
Exactly. Come and step out of your ego. Put your ego and your pride to the side and say, hey, this isn't about me anymore. This is about the community. This is about bettering us as a whole.
There's another illustration. You see the artist taking his ego and the pride and putting it to the side for the good of the artistic community.
Exactly, for the greater of the community. Like for me, for example,
we changed blue.
Oh, we did.
We do something good.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh.
That the aura, the energy around us is changing. And as I was saying, for me, I know I have my own individual projects. However, I love projects that are community oriented because I know that my purpose is not to keep my art for myself. My purpose is to give the art back to the world and to the community and to let them enjoy it. And I wish we can see more of that. And there are other artists in Newark who do the same thing, who believe the same thing. And I feel like we all just need to come together and just, put ourselves on the map and
No, I agree with you.
Ourselves that way.
I agree with you. I say the same thing. There was a point in time I didn't think that it was worth all my time and effort. I just thought that it was just, like a 9 to 5, so to speak. But I realized if you look at all the tremendous artists over the years, they gave their life. Paul Robeson, they worked day and night. They work until the end. They didn't stop.
They didn't stop.
And that's what this battle is about.
Yeah.
It's about getting out there and getting the work done every day.
Yeah.
Every day you're out there networking, you're touching, you're creating.
Exactly.
You're an artist, you're creative. You gotta find a way.
Yeah.
It's not gonna drop in your lap.
I have this initiative and I'm inviting all of the artists that are listening or viewing this video right now, I'm inviting everybody out. I have this initiative that I've started called the Brick Wall. We're artists of Newark. And the brick, the Newark is known as the Brick City.
Yes.
And we are all bricks in this wall. And if we come together and as art, as our cement, we'll be unstoppable, man. So this is an invitation for all of the artists to come and let's come together and get things done as artists. Whether you're a poet, whether you're a painter, whether you're a dancer, any type of art that you do, let's come together as Newark artists and take it to the next level.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Where can they reach you?
Oh, you can find me on Facebook, Selah the author. However, Facebook is changing to we have to put our full
real names. Yeah.
Name. So hurry up before they make me change mine. Selah the author. I'm on Instagram at Selah Poetic. Twitter Selah_is. I don't really do Twitter like that, but if you follow me, I'll follow you back.
All right.
And then also you can check out my website www.selahpoetic.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. This
No,
was such
it's
an
wonderful.
honor.
Wonderful. And I believe this is a good interview. I mean, a lot of good information.
I'm very glad.
And I hope it helps our viewers, wherever you are. If you're in Australia, Korea, I think you can get it translated in Google.
Yes,
that'd be nice.
that
Korean,
would be dope.
yeah, that would me speaking in Korean, right?
Exactly.
Dark blue, black blue.
And
What's
I'm
a
telling
black
you,
blue?
It's a blackish
black
blue. Like the whole energy changed. What does blue mean? You have to look that up. What does the color blue mean? Is it a good thing? I hope it's a good thing.
Oh, of course. Got to be all colors. And we can see Poor King's Pen out here up there.
Yes, Poor King's doing their thing. I love it.
I love that.
I love it.
All right, we out, y'all. See you soon. Support, subscribe, support your local artists.
Yes, and I'll support you back.
That's cool. That's what's up.